kick off, though, we are going to be talking about Arsenal taking on Chelsea. I've done the commentary, as I said, and I have to say Arsenal were good value. Brilliant. They look really sharp. They look fitter, look sharper, look well organised. From the very first whistle, they were at Chelsea, squeezing high. Chelsea looked a little... They played a 4, and I get why he's doing it in pre-season. And you know, you could see after about 3 or 4 minutes that Chelsea weren't quite getting the passing game. But that can happen. 10 minutes in, and Chelsea didn't get any of the ball at all. Going long.
When they got it, you gave it away so cheaply.
Yeah, but see, some of it, it's unforced errors. If you look at the two goals, first goal, unforced error.
And then gives the ball away.
But then the keeper, because you're squeezing, next thing Mendy's looking to try and dink one in. If you do that, you can't hit the ball into the middle of the park. And
you go long. You go forwards.
You go extra long.
Forward,
right?
Go into the forwards.
But I felt Arsenal were really good value. It was 2-0. Odegaard's goal, they took really, really well. They looked fit. Chelsea didn't look as fit as Arsenal. They played a game more, and you could tell, actually. They looked sharper. They looked more aggressive. They looked a bit more organised. Second half, he went to a 5. We looked better. There was a bit more of a competitive game. And Arsenal's second half weren't 2 goals better than Chelsea, but first half, the game itself was 2, and it was comfortable.
What you said there, Arsenal looked fitter. Yeah. They looked stronger. They looked better organised, because both teams went 4-2-3-1. Arsenal more used to play.
Chelsea went 4-3-3, and it just didn't work.
Yeah, but Gallagher as well, he looked a little bit... I don't know if out of position, but it didn't look like the role suited him.
It didn't suit anyone. I mean, no one played well.
The 2 centre-halves, Chalobah and Thiago Silva, they're used to playing as a free, so they looked like they felt exposed. If I was asked, obviously being an Arsenal fan, won all 4 games, scored 14 goals. It's now Mikel Arteta's team. It's now his philosophy. It's now his culture. And they say about signings, the Gabriel Jesus signing has made a massive difference because of not just his quality, but because of his attitude.
Without question.
Because he closes down, he's enthusiastic. And what happens is the other younger players and players see him doing that, and they think, right, then we've got to do that. And Mikel Arteta says, well, that's your standard. If someone that good is going to work as hard, you've got to match him. So Jesus is actually giving everybody a lift. I did the Nuremberg game for Arsenal TV. First half, Arsenal were awful, 2-0 down against a Bundesliga 2 side. Jesus came on and Arteta made 3 or 4. He made a difference. He scored within 45 seconds, which is endears to Arsenal. But it's just his enthusiasm, his attitude. He actually dragged the team further up the pitch.
But you know what? You're absolutely right. But all of them rat it.
Martinelli
all of them
looked really sharp and
rat
sane.
it. Yeah.
But the thing, you don't want to get too carried away. You want pre-season, right? If you win your first game, you're away at Everton on the Monday,
you're
right?
At Everton, you're at home.
Away to Palace, right? If you win your first game of the season, pre-season doesn't count. No one cares. You know what it's like when you've had your own pre-season. But when you're having a pre-season, you want to make sure that your players are coming into their proper fitness, but you're still not 100% Premier League
it's
fit.
Impossible. It's impossible.
It takes you 3 or 4 games in the Premier League to get yourself up to speed, right? Yeah. But you want to be as close to that, because you've had it, Jay. You're still breathing out your backside in the first 20, 25 minutes. You get your second wind in that first game, right?
I would say 3 to 4, maybe even 5 to 6 games. That's where you actually get to your what you would consider your peak, but right at the very top.
The thing that will worry me,
peak. That's what the peak is.
It's looked good for Arsenal is they look well organised. They look well structured. You know, the philosophy is good. The spirit in the camp is really good. So you want to be in the best place you can be for your first game of the season. I think Arsenal will play Sevilla at the weekend in the Emirates Cup. Arsenal will be in the best place that you could be. Chelsea aren't. Chelsea, to me, look, as you said, undercooked. I don't think they're going to play enough games.
There's 2 weeks left, right?
You've got one more game.
We've got one more game in that 2 weeks. Now, fitness, obviously, you're not going to be fit at pre-season, right? You're not going to be at the peak. But when you compare the 2 sides, there is no question who were the fittest out there. Arsenal were by some distance. I think 4 games. I don't know who. It was a previous regime. A lot's happened at Chelsea in that time. So the previous regime would have organised this trip. They would have been the ones that have organised the games, organised how it went. But I have to say, it doesn't feel 4 games. Does feel a little bit like.
Don't you think at the minute there's a bit of instability there? They're just not only on the pitch but off the pitch, obviously with the change of owner. So
there's no question, it's a different club.
Bowley is coming into a scenario he doesn't know. Thomas Tuchel has got more say on transfers, so it puts him under more pressure. And him coming out, and he was right what he said after the game about he's worried about the attitude. He said it wasn't good enough. They didn't compete.
He called it,
But normally you'd say that in the dressing room, right? And you would castigate your players, and afterwards you would say, in the press, you always imagine, well, I'm very disappointed. We weren't quite at it. We weren't up to speed.
No, he didn't.
But
He
he's
pulled
not
no
that
punches.
sort of manager, right? So he's saying that he needs more players. You need a centre forward because you ain't going to.
I think we need 3 pairs.
You need a centre forward. You need. I think you need a 10. I think you need a bit more creativity. And I think you probably need another centre half as well.
03717223344. It's a free call. Get your call in to Perry Groves and me, Jason Cundy. Arsenal fans, you must be quite excited about that. It's pre-season. I get it. Chelsea fans, how do you feel about that? Slightly concerned. I think I'd be a liar if I said I wasn't slightly concerned.
Do you think I will be concerned about top 4 if I was Chelsea?
Well, right now, we'll see how the season goes. But the way
You've got
Arsenal
another month
looked,
yet, obviously, for the transfer window.
There's another 38 days.
Exactly,
There's another 2 weeks. There is bags of time, but let me tell you, that time will go very quickly. Let's go to the lines. 03717223344. John, good evening. He's a gooner.
Gooners, yes.
John Boy, did you stay up for the game, John?
Hello, John.
Yes, I did. I was
How did you watch it, John? Because I believe a lot of gooners didn't want to pay the £6 that Arsenal TV were charging, and a lot of them just downloaded the Chelsea app for the game. Are you one of those?
I listened to you moan.
Oh, you did? You did you?
Yeah, but John, that's priceless to hear.
Oh, John,
Jace.
I was very complimentary of Arsenal, John.
No, you're always complimentary. I mean,
You say that.
you're going to be, you know, when you finish like out of the top 4 this year, which you probably will do, and Tottenham and Arsenal finish above you, then let's see if you're complimentary at the end of the season.
If Arsenal get there, John, if Arsenal get there, I will give Arsenal the credit that they deserve. So I'm pretty, I'm a Chelsea fan, but I'm pretty honest. Absolute liberty. Absolute
John,
liberty.
was Jace particularly scathing of Chelsea when he was doing his commentary?
No, I don't think he was scathing.
No, not scathing. No, you can't be scathing pre-season. You've got to get the measure.
You've got to be balanced.
Yeah, pre-season is about many different things, right? The result is always nice to have. It's not the most important thing. But I did say that I felt at times first half was a bit embarrassing.
I'll be worried if I was a Chelsea supporter, not because of that game, because you could see they were a few weeks behind. I'd be more worried about lack of a goal scorer.
Yep.
I don't think their legs in midfield. I think Candy's legs are probably going. God, no, he's done enough.
He's not been out there. He's not had the COVID jab, so he's not even been out in America.
And Tuchel
tried playing centre midfield for you this season. You're going to have a young kid who did well at Palace.
Gallagher. Yeah, Gallagher, but you still got Kovacic in there. You still got Jorginho. This.
But you need creativity.
They're not exactly.
Well,
like,
I think up top, I think it's fair to say that we don't really look like we carry much of a goal threat. I agree with that. I think we need another number 9. I really do.
I want to talk about Arsenal.
Go on then, mate. Go on then. You mentioned it.
First of all, Arteta, he's got mates rates on the 2 Man City guys because they are absolutely in their prime now, 25 years old, and they're only going to improve. I saw Zinchenko when he first came, and I watched him last year. I didn't really like him, and I saw him last year playing the Champions League. I thought, you know what? Technically, he's really, really good technically. So we've got a guy ready-made to go in.
I think he's a brilliant signing.
Yes,
I think he's excellent.
Good plays.
We've got
holding
a lot
midfield.
of players that are very comfortable playing in 2 or 3 positions if we get injuries. So we've got a centre half. Ben White is probably going to have to play right back if Tommy Ross is not fit. But Saliba looks a bit of a monster. So if he starts well, it's going to be in him and Gabriel. We've got Zinchenko can play in the middle or on the left. We've got 2 centre forwards, and if our main centre forward gets injured, we can always try Martinelli, up front, and maybe Smith Rowe gets fit again, play him on the left.
John, do you know what he did though, which was good? I don't know if you saw the Nuremberg game when I said we were awful in the first half.
Yeah.
Second half, he played Nketiah up front with Jesus, and
Nketiah looked good. He's really improved over
that
last
worked.
year.
Yeah.
When I saw him a year and a half ago, his runs were so far behind the actual play. It was a joke, And in a year, because you have to play. Any footballer has to play at whatever level. And he's played a few games now, and I was his biggest critic. And I think, I think he'll be all right. I think he'll be a Premier League player. I'm not saying he's going to be a top class player, but he's got a lot of pace. He can counter brilliantly, as Chelsea fans know. And I think he'll be all right.
John, where are you finishing next season? Give me a number.
We're going to finish. I'll tell you the order. This is your order.
No, just give me where Arsenal finish.
We're going to finish 4th.
You can't do that. You can't ridicule someone. You can't ask them and then ridicule them.
You
You're
can.
going to dampen people's confidence.
Yes, you can. That's exactly what I've done to me.